Conversations with Dr. Madeline. So, as we were speaking about before, you know, I got synced to YouTube. Your resume is amazing, and we were kind of connecting on the introvert extrovert. So that is a phenomenon. It's a real thing, people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes.
Can you tell us about yourself and what you do? Because I'm like cheesing because your bio it reads so beautifully.
Well, thank you. First, let me thank you for having me on your platform. I really appreciate it. I was excited to just be here to chat with you, and now knowing that we have something in common too, it's like, okay, let's do this thing. But you know, I'm just Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, and I started pretty much. In 2013, I started my business. And I really started this business because the Executive Women's Success Institute, I started it because I realized that there were not a lot of women out there helping other women. And so with my business, I focus on women. Women in their careers and women in business. If they're in their careers and they come to me, most of the time it's because they are stuck in a position and they want to get promoted. And so they're trying to figure out what's holding them back. And so we, you know, go through some things, we go through training, we go through what you need to do to put yourself out there. And so we could get them from point A to point B. If they're in the workplace and they want to transition out and start their own business, then I also have programs for that to help women to kind of navigate some of those obstacles they might face when they get ready to go into business or even while they're in business. And as I said, I just started it because when I was in the military, I had women used to come to me, you know, because I guess because I progressed up the ranks. So I had women coming to me wanting to know, how did I get promoted? You know, they wanted me to look at their promotion packet. They wanted me to do mock interviews with them. And, you know, I didn't realize that anybody was even noticing what I was doing. But when you have people coming to you, especially women when they were coming to me and asking me for advice, I thought, well, why don't I just do this on a larger scale and try to help more women? Because if these women have that, you know, that problem, or they're struggling to get through an interview, I'm sure there are others that are doing the same, having that same problem. And so that's what started me doing what I do. I love working with women. I love supporting them. I love seeing them progress and just move forward and just be all that they can be. You know, that's pretty much why I do this.
So, and this is where it comes to, for me, looking at the genuine support of other women, because there are so many pseudo women empowerment situations and groups where I feel like they're fleecing these women who are seeking the support and the building of themselves. You know, they're fleecing them and not really pouring into them what they're seeking. You know what I'm saying? And so this is where I kind of, you know, I'm not knocking women empowerment groups or people of that, but I want to see exactly how are you empowering women? Exactly what are you doing to benefit them, to get them to the next level that they're ready for? Absolutely. You know, so by you offering the training and the marketing, like you're pulling out the best within women so that they can be the better women, they'd be better than they were before they came to you. And that to me that's true women empowerment.
And that's my goal. That's my definite goal. And, you know, I did this too. Like if I have a program called the 8 Habits of Highly Successful Women. And how I put that program together, I interviewed 20 females in and around the Washington, D.C. area who were in like executive positions, you know, just real high power positions, to find out how they got there, right, how they stayed there, the obstacles they faced, you know, being in those positions. And I did that so that I could put that information together and bring it back to help other women, because, you know, to try to help them not to run into those same obstacles, that, you know, to kind of see that, hey, if I if I want to be an executive in the C-suite, so to speak, in my career, what do I need to do to get there? But once I get there, understand that there are going to be some obstacles that I'm going to face. So here's how I handle that. I don't want to fall apart once I get there, because that's my goal, to be there. So once I'm there, I don't want to fall apart. So that's what I help them to see. Yes, you can get there. Anybody can get there. Anything is possible if you have a belief in yourself. But staying there and knowing how to handle yourself while you're there, those are the factors that I try to get women to see and help them through, and help them, like I said, to navigate those obstacles.
And so that's the thing. You did the work to find out what successful women did to get to where they were. You did the work, the case study. You did that so that you could see what were the variables that were like, and then what stood out that made them unique.
Right.
So to me, like, you got down to the science of women empowerment.
Well, like I said, I wanted to know. I mean, I know the things that I face, so I can talk to you from the standpoint of the things that I went through trying to get where I wanted to get, but I can also talk to you from the standpoint of what others are facing. So it's not just do as I say. It's like, okay, I'm coming to you from experience, but I'm also coming to you from what I researched and what I know is true, because I have all this backing and all this, like you said, documentation to show that what these women had to go through.
I am in awe because, I've left some women empowerment groups because it's all quotes. And I did this. I'm a 6-figure chick. You could be one too if you buy my course. I'm like, I don't need you giving me a whole bunch of motivational quotes and then me taking your course from something that you dreamed up that you don't know if it works or not. But how you became a 6-figure chick is because sold these. I'm like, it make sense. Like, to me, it's like, it became a point where it's a void that was left, from the void that was left from different people that did not give me what I was seeking. And it's like, what this is, I'm grateful that someone like you came along and did the work and helped, others to realize. Because now I'm looking and it says you have, you wrote the book, Finding Your Best Inside, How to Persevere and Become the Person You're Meant to Be.
Yes.
Anyone who can author a book like that, and understanding that people they're searching for something, and sometimes the first place they don't look is inside.
Exactly.
You have all of this stuff that's feeding you from social media to groups of friends, and all this stuff from the outside playing into your psyche, but you never hold the mirror up to yourself. So
exactly. And that book for me was really personal, and it was written actually because of my mom. After my mom passed away, it was a book where I wrote that because sometimes you just kind of sit and you just think and you just try to figure out things, the why of things. And that's what I tell women too, that you need to know your why. You have to know your why. I mean, we all have a purpose on this planet. We all, we were put here for a reason. So you need to know your why, because once you know your why, that's when you can start doing what you need to do. And the one thing you always have to do, and never let anyone take it away from you, is to believe in yourself. And so Finding Your Best Inside, to me, was the book that I wrote to just let people know I think one of the chapters in there is that anything is possible. And I believe that. I was taught that as a child coming up. My mother, who was my champion and my role model, I mean, she always had my sister and I to believe that you can do anything you set your mind to do. And you never let anybody take away your purpose or your dream. You don't let people shatter your dream. And as women, and that's another thing that I always try to make women see, They used to talk about all the time when they had the book out with Sheryl Sandberg, Lean In. And one of the things, and I used to say that even before her book came out, that when you are, I used to notice this, and I often wonder, why when women go into a meeting, they take the seat in the back? Come on, ladies. Yeah, go up to the front, because it's like when you get ready to say something, who's going to hear you way back there? And if you're way back there, most of the time you're not going to speak up. So
blend into the crowd.
Exactly. Take the seat in the front. And I always say too, if you are in a field, in whatever your expertise is, you need to make sure that you stay on top of it, because you're always going to get challenged. I used to, when I was in corporate America, and I used to go out representing my organization, and whenever I would get up to speak or to train, there was always someone, most of the time a man, that would try to challenge me on what I was saying, or if I knew such and such. But the thing about it is, I know what I know that I know. And so whenever I stand up in front of you to give you information, it's going to be correct information. Now, if it's something I don't know, I'm going to tell you, I don't know, but I'll find out for you. And so this is why I tell women, yes, you can move up to those positions. You can get into be the CEO of your own business. But when you stand up there, because much is, like they say, much is going to be required of you. Wow. You have to know your stuff. Don't get up there trying to fluff it, to fake it, and all of this. Don't do
that. Fake it till you make it mess will get you found out.
My goodness. And what you were saying earlier about, you don't need a six-figure person telling you, because, and I used to say that too, you don't need somebody else to motivate you. You can motivate yourself. Just believe in yourself and take the steps that you need to take to get where you need to get. And if you need to get more training, then do that. If you need to learn how to communicate better, do that. If you need to learn how to speak in front of an audience, go to Toastmasters. There are things that you can do to get yourself to the level you need to be to do the things you need to do. And if you second guess yourself, or if you doubt yourself, then no, you're not going to get there. You're not, because you've already taken yourself out of the game.
Defeated. You already defeated. And
absolutely.
I tell people that's one of the things that, even though, because everybody's like, oh, you've already gone to school. Like, I went to school, like my background, I have a business degree, but I also have engineering, and I'm finishing up human resources. Mm-hmm. None of those things go together, but they do in my head because of how my brain works. Mm-hmm. Okay. But a lot of times I'm always looking for courses that'll help me to be the best and sharp in my craft that I'm in right now. Absolutely. And so, I've always tell people, like, you have to be a constant learner, a lifelong learner, because when I go to speak and I want to speak in front of, speak at different panels and stuff, I want to make sure I'm giving knowledge, giving the knowledge that I've obtained, that it's current, and that it also can relate to, it's relatable to the audience that I'm speaking to. Yeah. And so this is where I'm like, we have these cookie cutter, all of these marketing journals and planners and all this other stuff. I'm like, they're all coming from the same manufacturer. Mm-hmm. They're just slapping a different cover on it. Absolutely. What is new? How is this benefiting you to take you to a different level in yourself and in your business? Like, I get it. It's great to have a product, mm-hmm. but the product needs to make an impact.
Exactly. And then you have those that have a product, but you didn't create that product. Somebody else created it for you, and you slapped your name on it. And now you're saying, oh, this is great. This works. It'll do this. It'll do that. But the thing of it is, you also have to do your research when, with people. I don't, whenever someone comes to me for any type of advice or what have you, we always sit and talk first before you sign up for any of my training. Because if you don't think we're a good fit, then I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Exactly, because not everybody is a good fit. And you really need to know who you're speaking to, first of all, have they done it? You know,
Yep.
you're telling me to do something that you've never done. Okay, come on. How does that work? You know,
Makes sense.
how does that work? And how is it going to work for me that you're going to tell me it's going to work, but you don't know if it works because you've never done it. You've never tried it. You've never been there, you know?
That's the thing that cracks me up, because it's like, you know, I do a 15-minute get to know, you know, session before we go into a paid consultation, because if we can't get through 15 minutes of getting to know each other, how can you disconnect emotionally to pay me to do a service for you? Exactly. One, that's intangible. Two, that you trust that I'm doing the best that I can do for you. Like, listen, signing these contracts without talking to people, listen, this is why people have buyer's remorse, and because there's an emotional connection to your money and yourself. So,
or you get through it and then you don't take action. It's like, okay, so you gotten this training, this person told you it was going to work, but if I talk to you next week or next month, you're still in the same place that you were in, you know, before you went through this training. And that shouldn't be either. You know, unless that person is just one of these people that all I want to do is take training. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to take the training. And if they can't do it for me, then nothing's going to happen. So, I'm telling you, I'm not going to do it for you, but I can show you how to do it. I can help you to get there if that is what you want to do, you know. But you know, so it's like, if you go through a training, you should be able to implement that training once you finish. You should see some kind of progress, something. You know, it shouldn't be that I finished it, but I just don't know what to do next. That it shouldn't be like that.
No, I love the fact that you said you should be doing something after you do the training. Something like the training should motivate you to do something and to show, you know, some kind of progress. Because see, where have you been all my life? The way you say it is different from when I say it. I mean, so because sometimes it's stuff, because I'm still working on my delivery, and because I know what I need to work on. I do my delivery, and because sometimes I can be like, it comes off as heartless when I say stuff, but it's not that. It's just sometimes it's like, it's the frustration, because it's like, you want this be successful, but you don't want to do the work.
Want to do the work. That's right. I mean, and definitely, if that's the case, then I can't help you if you don't want to do the work, because I can't sit here and do it for you. I can only, you know, show you the steps that you need to take, but I can't do it for you. And, you know, there are people that like that. And then when they finish the training and nothing happens, but then they have those that go through training that they've gone through something that, like I said, that somebody has never done, but they're telling you it works. But in reality, they don't know if it works or not, but they've gotten your money. So, hey, there you go.
No funds, no funds.
There you go. Okay, like, bye. You know,
I've had clients who, just on the consulting side, I've sat them down and said, listen, for me to get you here, I need you to do the following.
Right.
3 months ago by, well, you didn't do your part. Now, wait a minute now. See, then that's where it comes off as I mean, because I will give the whole strategy. Exactly. Month 1, you need to do this. Month 2, you need to do this. And while you're meeting these milestones, I'm able to do what I need to do, because what you do is supporting what I can do. And you all don't see that y'all are building, like, if you don't build the train tracks for me to drive the train on, we're not going nowhere.
There you go. Yeah.
So see, this is what you see.
And yeah, I understand, because I have another program, a business program, where when you sign up for it, you have to do pre-work. So once we meet the first time, you've already done some pre-work to come into that training. So if you haven't done that, what does that say? That says that you're really not serious. Because if you're not going to do the pre-work, I mean, it's not like it's going to take you a whole lot of time, but it is something that will make you think and be prepared for when you come to the training, you know?
Right.
So why wouldn't you do that? Because that's, if you're investing in yourself, then you want to get as much out of the training as you can. You know,
Yes.
I mean, that's the way I look at it anyway. You want to get, you want to get as much out of it as you can. So if you tell me to do some pre-work, yeah, I might not want to do it. But if I know that I want to get the most out of this training, I'm going to do that pre-work.
Of course. And for me, it's like, if I need to walk into, I like trainings like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where I have to prepare to get ready for, because it keeps me engaged.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those people, like, you got to keep my attention, because I got the attention span of a gnat. Call it what you want. I do. I really like, I know I have adult ADHD. That to me motivates me to keep my mind always doing something productive.
Right.
You know, because once you identify the problem, it could be a problem or it could be a solution.
Exactly.
Because I choose to say my problems are solutions to things that I need to get done. So me having that allows me to always read, or always, you know, thinking about something, because I have so many notebooks that's how I keep my mind.
Me too.
You know, because it's always going somewhere. So why not be productive in it?
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
But, see, I like the pre-work, so I love the courses. Where can we find these courses?
Well, everything that I have is of course on my website, www.exwsi.com, and they can always email me at info@exwsi.com. And as for the business seminars, the short form for the business, I usually do that. I have that, you know, sometimes I don't have dates on it, because I might do it at once a month or twice a month, just depending on the situation. Yeah. So.
So these ain't courses on demand that you just, so you really doing these courses. These are not these, I'm gonna record these videos, and once you just put them up there.
Oh no, you're gonna be sitting here like me and you. Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing our thing.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna be sitting here telling you what to do, because you would, like I said, pre-work. You're gonna be telling me. And then I'll just, you know, kind of navigate you or steer you in a direction, or maybe ask you questions to bring forth some things you might not be seeing. So, you know.
Let's go. I'm gonna say this. See, that's a course. That is a course. No, because to be real, like, there's a lot of courses on demand.
I know.
What you are doing, the intensive stuff that you're doing, you have to have that interaction.
Right. And my coaching programs also are interactive. I don't do, like you say, video coaching. If you get a video from me, it'll be in addition to. It's not going to be the training. No, it'll be like maybe something that I think, because we talked about a certain topic, I might have a video that I think might be good to add to that.
So
no, I don't do the video things. No.
Listen, that's dedication.
Well, like I said, I like helping women. And how can I help you if you're sitting in front of your computer listening to a video, or you know, and you need to ask me a question right then and there, but you sending me an email, and I might not see that email until a week later.
Oh no, ma'am. See,
I mean, that's just the way I do it. I mean, I know everybody is not set up to do it that way, but that's the way I have my program set up.
I will say this, because the interaction for me to sometimes to be successful, you have to do that interaction, because sometimes you can't tap inside your mind like you would if somebody's prompting you to dig deeper. What's the episode of the Cosby Show where Claire and her girlfriends were talking about their professor that they had that said dig deeper? She had a hat or whatever, Professor Capleton, that's her name, and she had a hat that was just turned to the side, and she, the only it was dig deeper. And so if you don't have someone who's realizing you're only doing the superficial,
Right.
and they're prompting you, they're pushing you to dig deeper and to go deeper, you're going to breeze through it and not get the feel that you need from it. So I'm advocate for this. See, y'all, listen. I know y'all probably gonna watch this again later and y'all gonna come back and say this girl is crazy, but I am going to tell y'all, women, remember, true women empowerment comes from feeding your mind, your body, your soul, and advancing you to be a greater you. It's more than motivational quotes, mugs, and t-shirts.
Yes.
Not knocking nobody who do that. I'm not saying they all bad.
Yeah.
But the foundation of women empowerment is building somebody from the inside out. Yeah. You can add the candles and all of the zhuzhing, but if you still not where you whole in the inside and ready, what you dressing it up for?
Absolutely.
I thank you so much for talking to me today, because now I got some work to do. So my pre-work to do before I do the pre-work, because now I have to go and I have to do some work for my work on myself, because during this whole interview, I was realizing there are certain things that I need to write down and figure out what I need help with, because I know there's some gaps that I do need to do some training on, so that I'm being better than I am, right now, because I see the trajectory of my business and where I want to go. And for me to go there, I need the help to understanding how to put one foot in front of the other, because knowing me, I'll run and I don't even know where I'm running to. Wow. But I know I want to get somewhere.
Exactly.
But the getting there is kind of where, like, I'm going this road, that road don't work, I'm turning around and coming back, I'm going this road. I want to be able to have a nice path to where I know where I want to end up, but I don't want to take no more side cul-de-sacs and all that other stuff no more. I gotta see you good. You good, because
thank you. I appreciate
so this is what happens in your court. This is how you get people. Okay, listen, because now I'm realizing, like, yes, I know my ultimate goal, and I have been going down different roads, like, and not going where I need to go.
Well,
this I don't believe in I don't believe in things not being where it's supposed to be. I believe that happens when you need something, if you get what God will send you what you need when you need.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
You could see, this is what I was looking for, that not to knock anybody's women empowerment movement or whatever, but this is what I needed for myself to get, because I have a friend, Coach Karina. She's a confidence coach. She's one of the best that has ever done it. But building confidence, her building in me the confidence that I need so I can figure it's, where everything is connected, and when and in this time it happens. So for that, I appreciate you for doing the work so that women like me and women who will watch this and listen to this, because this is going on my podcast, can figure out what they need to do to get to where they need to be better and where they want to go in their goals. Because I set goals, these 3, 5, 7, 10-year goals. Absolutely. And I know what they are, but it's taking me, my 3-year goal is taking me 4 or 5 years. It shouldn't be that way.
No.
Because logically, like, see, I could see the linear timeline and how it goes. Mathematically, it's supposed to work. But here I am up here deriding, doing different things.
Like you might be okay, like you said, you know what your goals are, you know what you want to do, but what you're doing is you might start out focusing on that goal, but then you seem like maybe you're getting sidetracked on something else.
Yep.
Something else drops into your head and you go, oh, okay, and so then that goal that you were on, now you're doing something else. And so first you gotta make sure you stay on the track of that one goal and get it out the way. And not that, you know how they say, some people say being a master, a jack of all trades and a master of none. Well, I think sometimes that's what people start doing when they jump from here to here to here to here. So, if you have to see it's sort of like, what's the word? Focus, follow one thing until you get to the ultimate goal. And then,
Right.
you know, the acronym stands for each letter stands for, you know, getting you to where you need to go. Right. And so that's why I say, I think that's probably the only thing going on. You start off, you know what your goal is. If you've written it down, like they say, write it down and make it plain. So you've written it down. So that's a good start right there. But you just have to stay and follow through and stay on and follow through.
For me, it's like I have one ultimate goal. And then from that goal, it's like a tree that it just keeps branching off because I'm still going towards it because it's all the same thing. But there's a part of that goal that I see that I can go do right now. And I'm like, I'm just going to get this done right quick. And then I get stuck on that right quick. And then I come back and I'm going over here right quick. And then so the tree is being built, but at the top, it's not, it's yes. My name is Chandra and I need help.
Oh my goodness.
Like the first step of, you know, getting better is recognizing you have a problem.
That's right. Recognizing. That's right. Okay. All right. I'm not mad at you.
So you see that. So I'm very thankful for that because I would have never, if Sharifa had not pushed me, I would have, you were right down the street. We would have, I'm so surprised we have not crossed paths.
No.
But it was.
Well, and you know how I saw you. You do realize how I found you because you did the Herald. And that's something I look at. I have a time frame that I look at those every day.
Oh, wow.
And when I see something that is of interest, then I'll send the query in. And I've gotten a lot from it. And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And and that's how I say, because that's something that's a constant, consistent something that I do every day. I look at the Herald.
I was pushed by a client of mine a client and a friend of mine to step out of my comfort zone and let her delegate, which is something I don't do.
Okay.
Delegate that to someone. And
well, see, there you go. There you go. No matter how it happened, it happens. See, but that's how you and I wound up right here side by side.
This is so okay. I'm gonna have to call Sharifa and tell her thank you because, you know, because I did a conference for Black women moguls, and there was a speaker that said self-care is time management, delegating, and doing the things, you know, and going to bed, going to sleep. Understand you could call. And that stood out. And the minute I do, I gotta send some thank you cards out to some people today. Cause let me tell you that.
And again, you know, even though I saw it in Herald, which is help a reporter out.
Yes.
I saw it there, but I still went to your site and I looked at it, I researched it, I still did my homework. Yes, ma'am. You know, because you still, even though I don't need to, and that's another thing. If you have a brand, you're in business, you have a brand. You don't have to, I mean, I don't need to be on Fred Murphy's circus act program because that's not my brand. Right. Yours fit what I do. And that's why that's why I sent it in.
That was my goal. Like outside of being my public relations and consulting firm, outside of that, this getting to know different entrepreneurs, business owners, and thought leaders, it's such a great connection because like I find things that I need in the midst of all of this. And so that's one thing my dad always used to say. He goes, be mindful because the person you talk to today, you might need them tomorrow. You never know what they can benefit.
Absolutely.
And here it is. You know what?
Yeah.
This was amazing. We could talk all day.
Well, I knew it would be because I could see your spirit just looking at your website, just looking at and I listened to a couple of the podcasts, so I knew that spirit was there.
Oh, see, that makes me, because now I'm really like, okay, good. Because I was like worried for a little bit, like, do I want to keep? Yes, I have to keep doing this because this is helping me and it's helping others.
It is. I think that's a good avenue for you to be. I think you should keep it up.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate you coming on here and talking to me today. So
Well,
stay
thank you
tuned.
for having me. I appreciate you for having me on your platform. It's been an honor and a pleasure.
Thank you. So you all stay tuned for another episode of Conversations with Chan. We're signing out for today, and I hope you all have a great day and a great tomorrow. Have a good day.